Hello and welcome to The Frame. We start with Mayor Charlie Sisitsky's conversation with the Framingham City Council this week, as local leaders are considering numerous options in order to develop a municipal operating budget for the 2027 fiscal year. Sisitsky has until May 1st to present his budget pitch to local legislators. Ahead of that deadline, the City Council sat with the mayor during their meeting on Tuesday, March 31st, to review the state of the city's revenues, as Framingham reportedly has roughly $21 million on hand in free cash. Sisitsky and his administration outlined multiple rough drafts this week. There are plenty of more details from this meeting on our website, but to quickly summarize, expenditures in the city are currently slated to be at around $400 million, with local revenues not projected to meet that number without free cash usage. With that, City Council members discussed various ways to combat the issue, such as raising the tax levy beyond the 2.5% rate seen in recent years, reducing aspects of department requests for the upcoming fiscal year, and dipping into that free cash fund. District 2 Councillor Brandon Ward said he foresees tax increases being in play, though at-large City Council member George King said the group has to be prepared to make tough decisions, adding his belief that there's not enough money to keep up with municipal services provided in recent years.
This matrix is a little scary because there's only two answers. It's either the taxes go way up or the expenditures go way down. Neither of those is particularly appealing to me.
No one likes to hear that, but look around. Everybody else is laying people off and making those tough decisions. It's a horrible thing to do. It sucks. But we're at the point where we don't have enough money to do everything we're doing, and we have to accept that.
Eventually, the City Council unanimously approved a motion asking Sisitsky and his administration to provide multiple potential budget plans, including one that features a 3.5% increase to the tax levy, along with the use of $7.5 million in free cash. The mayor's public hearing on the FY27 budget will be held at 6 p.m. on Monday, April 27th at the Memorial Building. Meanwhile, city councilors joined police officials and Framingham residents in starting a review of the local welcoming ordinance this week. The document outlines the city's intent to welcome folks of all backgrounds, including immigrants, into Framingham. District 8 City Councilor John Stefanini explained during the council's Rules, Ordinances, and Ethics Subcommittee meeting on Monday the 30th that local legislators are reviewing the ordinance for the first time after it was adopted in late 2023, as recent months have seen numerous operations conducted within the city by the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement.
Are we prepared to deal with a surge in enforcement? Are we doing everything that we should be doing? What aren't we doing that we should be looking at? Or are we on a good course? Or should we change our course? It's an open-ended conversation.
Framingham Police Chief Lester Baker and Deputy Chief Sean Riley reiterated that state law prevents local police officers from holding individuals in custody past their lawful release time, based solely on federal civil immigration detainers, while those officers also cannot interfere with ICE operations. On top of that, FPD's internal policy is that they do not take part in immigration operations if they do not relate to criminal law enforcement. Still, officials and residents alike expressed concerns related to things like ICE's presence at the local courthouse and inquired what the city can do to protect community members.
We have to do all we can to keep ICE out and keep it separate from our agencies. And they are going everywhere, and there needs to be some method to hold them accountable.
State Representative for Framingham, Priscilla Souza, an immigrant to the U.S. herself, did outline details of the PROTECT Act, which was recently passed within the Massachusetts House. If eventually signed into law, it would implement mandates such as a ban on civil immigration enforcement on courthouse property. One major topic of conversation on Monday, the use of traffic cameras from the company Flock Safety, which local police have confirmed are deployed within Framingham. Its aim is to solve crime by taking pictures of license plates and other vehicle info before providing that data on an encrypted cloud storage system. FPD leaders said they only send data from local Flock cameras to Massachusetts-based police departments. However, community members this week outlined worries regarding the possibility of data leaks and hacking, as well as Flock's potential autonomy to send data out to third parties themselves without Framingham Police's say, the fallout if other parties receiving that info, and how it could be used against individuals, along with an overemphasis on surveillance in general. Stefanini told attendees that the welcoming ordinance topic will resume in the coming weeks. More details on the Flock camera system, along with all of the major stories we cover on the program every week, can be found at www.theframe.news. Our online home has full written articles, feature pieces we've shot across the city, and a community calendar filled with upcoming events. Be sure that you're subscribed to our email newsletter too, to ensure that you're always up to date with Framingham News in Focus. U.S. Representative for Framingham Catherine Clark was at the former Marion High School building this Wednesday, April 1st, to speak about a federal allocation worth over $3 million for the plan to develop a new community center within the city. Congress included $3.15 million within a bill signed by President Donald Trump in February, as city officials plan on using the funding to improve ADA accessibility and additional infrastructure at the site along Union Avenue, while construction carries on. City councilors have urged members within Mayor Sisitsky's administration to work towards developing a preliminary floor plan and budget for the center's creation. Sisitsky said during the group's meeting this week that details regarding the city's funding responsibility are being drafted and will be presented to the council in the near future. Until then, Representative Clark praised officials this week from the federal, state, and local levels for making this recent designation possible.
We're showing what is achievable when you put people and communities first. This is how government should operate. This is what our neighbors deserve.
Framingham officials have announced a new hiring to lead the municipal department that oversees the local branch of the state's Veterans Public Assistance Program, which offers resources to qualified veterans of the U.S. Armed Forces as well as their dependents. Christopher Davis has been brought in to be the city's new director of Veteran Services. A vet of the Marine Corps, Davis served on active duty between 2005 and 2013, completing a total of 3 deployments in Operations Iraqi Freedom and Enduring Freedom. A reminder that Framingham's yard waste facility on Dudley Road will reopen this Friday, April 3rd. Anyone with a valid permit can bring brush, leaves, grass, and plant waste to the site for it to be properly disposed of. Permits are good for a fiscal year, from the start of July through the end of June. The site will be open from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays, and from 11 to 3 on most Sundays. However, the facility will be closed again this upcoming Sunday, April 5th, in observance of Easter. And finally this week, a preview of one of Access Framingham's newest programs, AFTV Tries It, the show where the staff here at the station check out the spots that make Framingham, Framingham. Recently, we paid a visit to Central Rock Gym on Concord Street to try a little rock climbing. The team at the gym say it's a great way to stay fit and connect with neighbors. The full episode will not premiere until next week. For now, though, here's a preview of how we did.
Hello. Welcome to AFTV Tries It.
Got chalk all over my hands. Hope Access Framingham has good workman's comp because I might need it later.
Yeah.
Oh!
Oh!
What am I witnessing?
Yep. Oh!
Get this shot so it looks like I'm gonna fall 100 feet. I think if we all communally close our eyes and imagine me doing it,
Yeah, man! Yeah, get it! The right foot! Yeah!
My grip's going.
No, it's not! Legs!
Oh,
You almost had it!
Again, that AFTV Tries It episode will debut next week, so stay tuned for that. In the meantime, you can check out our previous AFTV Tries It content, along with our frame-by-frame feature coverage, on our social media pages. Follow @FrameNews_ on Instagram, and search for The Frame on Facebook. Subscribe to Access Framingham's channel on YouTube, and hit the bell icon to be notified when new videos are uploaded. Follow us on Spotify as well, where we publish full-frame episodes for you to watch or listen to. That's all for this week's Framingham News in Focus. On behalf of the entire team here at The Frame, thanks for joining us. My name is Brendan Fitzpatrick. We'll talk to you next week. Take care.